YouTube, I'm back. I gotta apologize to you guys. I've been on vacation for like the last couple of weeks, and that's why I haven't dropped a video out since like God knows when. But today, you guys can see it in the screen. It's Andrew Tate. You have what's the name again? Brittany Renner. Like the two polar opposites in one couch, and I've been seeing all over YouTube. A lot of people doing different reactions to it. I'm going to react to a quick portion of it. I haven't seen this portion either, and I saw the thumbnail, and it was like the part that I think I should react to. It says men are right to cheat. Then that's kind of like that's a crazy title or crazy thumbnail to be having, but. Well, actually, before we can even start, guys, can you guys do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and commenting? I'm back now, so I'm responding to these comments now, and this should be fun. Let's see what we got to work with today.
All right, go on, continue.
Okay, what?
No, I mean, I just feel like this is definitely a different conversation for me because I'm very open-minded. I love hearing different perspective, and I do feel like this is a newer idea. Like you said, within the last 30, 40 years, this is a new concept. We don't know how it's going to end. I just know from like my experience, other women that I've met as well, it's like the reason for even like relationships, why they're not lasting is because people don't want to put up with the disrespect. And like, even when you were talking about like, oh, it's okay for me to cheat, but not for you. My thing is like, why not have transparency and have it be polygamous, polyamorous, whatever works for you? That's like, to me, where it loses me with the traditional stuff.
I get it.
It's
All
like,
right.
why can't we have transparency? And if I sign up for that, cool.
So how does it? No man in a million years. Let's all be realistic, right? No man in a million years is gonna meet a girl he likes and go, I want to be polyamorous. Like, come on, that's gay. Let's cut this bullshit. So let's be realistic. How does a man show love to a woman? Tell me.
Exclusivity.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. That's how women show love to a man. You guys are more or less the ones that have to be exclusive, and we pretty much got to be the ones to provide. It's like a trade off. You give us your exclusivity while we give you our resources, and it's the way it has to work. That's always been working for the longest, but I guess now with modern day, when women can work, so they no longer need our resources.
That is how
Time, resources, and something else.
Time, resources. So
Yeah.
that's a good way to start. So sexual exclusivity is how a female shows primarily that she's interested in a man. He's the only man who has sexual access to me because I can get pregnant, and this man is the only man who can do it. That's how it's done. A man, yes, I'm not saying all men can cheat. I'm not saying all men should cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I truly love a woman,
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not saying that I could cheat either, because I'm not no top G Andrew Tate with Bugattis here and there. No, I'm the little G. I'm working on my Bugatti right now.
she won't sit there and go, he shows me his love because he doesn't fuck anyone else. She'll sit there and go, he shows me his love because my bills are paid. I'm in a Bentley. I drive fly private. I go to Dubai anytime I want. I have a Chanel bag. And I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about resource and a lifestyle as a whole. This is not just me. This is the world and most of the world today. If you go to Moscow and you find a big G, a rich guy, right? He has his wife. She's pushing a Bentley. She has the kids. She's living in a mansion, whatever. When he goes to the club with his boys, you think he ain't with 19-year-old strippers? Of course he fucking is.
Can I ask
but
you?
she's just like, whatever, don't care. I'm the one who has the money. Don't give a shit. So you have to sit there, and to a point, you have to sit and analyze the difference. When you're saying disrespect, if you're gonna go through life as a woman and say, I only care about the sexual exclusivity of my man, then what you're gonna end up doing is having a bunch of failed relationships and fucking loads of dudes.
Okay.
Oh yes. Go, you know because at the end of the day, if men are typically cheating, I'm not saying that on average or not even on average, like I'm not saying on a large mass that they are cheating, but if they are cheating and every time they cheat on you, you kind of go off to another man. You pretty much just adding more bodies to your body count, and most women know that the higher body counts they have, the less they actually want to talk about it.
This guy ticks so many boxes. Once a year, twice a year, he's out with his boys, does some dumb shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't notice because my bills are paid. I'm looked after. I can tell he cares about me. If I have a problem, he's gonna fix it. He's ticked so many. That's the smart female move, as opposed to go, I don't care how good he is to me. He fucked that bitch once, so I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch anyway, and then I'll get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch. So end the cycle of dumb shit.
Can I
have to bite the bullet.
but more mild examples, though.
Wait. I have a question. Is there ever cheating that's too far?
Like, so if a guy cheats on a girl, is there ever a point where she?
Yeah,
like,
there's a law of cheating. There's completely a law of cheating.
So,
that's too
like,
far.
if he knocks up another girl, would you say that's too
all right,
far?
all right. So
Yeah.
first things first, I'm a man of my word. I don't even think I'm a liar. So here's your Clementine.
Look at that, Angel Tate, a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman. Right. So obviously, I'm not saying blatantly disrespect your woman. Right? She's your woman. She's your queen. She's the most important thing in the world to you. She needs to be treated in a way that she feels that. Right? But it's unfortunate because I keep tying back to this baseline point. But the reason I keep going back to this baseline point is to try and explain to everybody at home how simple the world can be if you go back to the baselines of it. Why do men cheat? Most women don't know. You'll see them all the time. Why do men cheat? Oh, because men are just stupid.
I'll tell you why men cheat. It's because women get too comfortable walking around men and just being casual and just being in their natural state. Men are visual creatures, so that means that you always have to kind of stimulate the male mind, or else something else is going to do it. So if you're a woman, you're simply walking around, your hair's not done, you have your bathrobe and busted, looking kind of busted, and you gain 20 pounds, your man is bound to cheat on you because it's simply the allure of a new woman being around him, especially at the office. It's just too much. It's so much for a man to handle. It has to be a very, very tough mentally man to actually resist, especially if he's a man of value too. It's going to be hard for him to resist all that coming at him.
Stupid. And why do men fuck girls uglier than their main chick? Why do men do all this stuff?
Yeah.
Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Let's go back to the first thing I've been saying this whole time. Status. Yeah, that's my chick. She's home.
Oh, I
got that one. She's chasing me. Status. But it's stupid to females. I get it. But that's the male world because sexual access is an easy indicator of status. So that's one of the reasons they do it, right?
Okay,
so
makes sense.
To the baseline of why men even cheat in the first place. I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the smartest thing you can do is look after your man, make him not want to cheat, be perfect. But there's going to be a time across a 20-year marriage you might just need to be a little bit blind, a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just don't look at his phone. And you'll be cool. You'll be cool. Just make sure
you can't get hurt if you don't know, based on what you don't know. Just why break your own heart for it? Just stay out the phone. Like, there's nothing in that phone that's gonna make you happy. So stay out the phone.
Bills are paid. He does his job as the man.
What if you can pay your own bills, though?
But this is it. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not saying allow this for some fucking Joe Schmo. I'm not saying let some fucking loser pick you up, lock you down, and go cheat on you.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's a G and he's doing enough of his other jobs. As for you saying, what if you can pay your own bills? Then what's the reality you face? Just like I described earlier, I'm going to decide that the thing that I prioritize above everything, above his resource, above the amount he cares for me. You'll see men cheat on a woman and then cry his eyes out trying to get that woman back. He still loves you. It's not the same as if you cheated. He loves you with all his heart. He'd die for you. He'd take a bullet for you, and he'd still fuck that bitch. Doesn't matter. It's a different game for men, right? So you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to prioritize his sexual exclusivity over all of his other attributes. You're just going to end up having endless failed relationships, fucking too many dudes, and then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to break because females don't like to accept the fact that if you sleep with enough men and you get rid of the stigma around a new dick, your instant answer is constantly new dick. He didn't text me today, fuck it, someone else. He was rude to me, fuck it, I'll cheat. He was this, I'll get a new boyfriend. And then you end up just jumping on cock all day and you're fucking done. You need to, the reality is there has to come a point where you get a guy and he ticks boxes and you're like, you know what, I'm wifey, I got the Bentley, he does whatever he does, but my
He's making some really, really good points, though. At the point in time, it's unless you want to settle, all this could be resolved if women decided to settle with the faithful beta. Like, just take the nice guy, the guy who doesn't have the ability to cheat on you. Just marry that, but they don't want to date those guys. They prefer the guys with all status and the money and the lifestyle who can talk. Any man who can talk good, who can finesse, who has riz, he did that. He got all that because he just practiced on other women. So it's not worth your just be with the nerdy anime dude. I mean I love anime too, but I'm just saying, just be with a nerdy anime dude. To make it easy on yourself.
Bills are paid. That's it.
When would you say?
Fair enough.
When would you say it's too far? I'm just curious if there's a line that you would like if he spends money on another girl. If he when does it?
Okay, that's a good question.
And second question: do you think that men ever fall in love with side chicks?
Very good question. And this is a long and in-depth answer, but it's a good question. Let me peel my Clementine. But no, but it's a good question. Where is too far? I think publicly disrespecting is too far. So like you'll notice. Let's take the Moscow G. All right, let's take an oligarch, a billionaire from Moscow. He has his wife. He has the girls he's in the club with. The girls he's in the club with wouldn't fucking dare message his wife. They wouldn't dare step out.
I mean, he's a
like they know their
G
place.
in
Right?
Moscow.
So there's a hierarchy, and they know their place. That's one way of doing it. Spending money on a girl, certainly, yeah, because men show love primarily through our hard work, not just through our resource, but through our hard work. If you take a man who's not particularly rich, he shows his wife love by getting up every day, going to work 9 to 5, working his ass off, and paying those bills. That's how he shows love. That's why he does it for his wife and his children. Most men are out here working bullshit jobs, carrying trash. They're doing that to show love. So giving money, yeah, that would be a far more scary indicator than just sex. Let me give you all an example. I don't know if you all know my history, but I used to run a webcam business a long time ago. Don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But I had a bunch of girls who used to sit online and talk to guys, and they had laptops, right? This is a long time ago. And I used to sit and say to some of the webcam girls, I'd say, this man who is sitting in and logging in every night and sending you money every day and telling you he's obsessed with you from the other side of the world and missing out on time with his family to sit here and talk to you and send you money, that is more cheating than if he just went out and banged something. If he went out and banged something and came home, then done. But he's sitting here giving you his time, his money, his affection. That's cheating for a man. For a man to sit there and give money and time away.
Yeah, that I see what he's saying, and it makes a lot of sense. So like if because it's what we pretty much value. So like what women value, men don't value like exclusivity for themselves. So women think that because they can be exclusive with you, that's like the value that they want you to have for them at the same time. But it's two different things. Men, we value our time and our resources. So no, if I take my time and my resources and I put it into another woman, that does sound like it's cheating, and it makes sense. And the same thing about women too. If they value their exclusivity and they decide to cheat, that is that is cheating. So.
Right? Yeah. So you have to stop this idea of sexual exclusivity. Yes, that's for females. That's how females show their love to men. It's not how high status, at least, males show their love to females. And anyone who wants to disagree with me, call me wrong, call me misogynist, whatever bullshit. Look at a history book. Every king, every sultan, every conqueror, every emperor, every knight, all of them had maidens, wives, all of them. That's history.
What level of G do you have to be allowed to cheat?
Well, it's not about even being allowed to cheat. I'm not even saying that. And
look at Brittany rolling her eyes.
I'm not trying to sit here and advocate for men to run around and fuck a bunch of women. I'm not saying that.
That's what you're doing.
No, but I'm not.
No. Let him explain. Let him land. It's about to come. Now, one sister, let him land.
No, but I'm not. What I'm actually trying to do is describe the baseline unfortunate realities of human dynamics. And I'm trying to explain now to the world that any woman can get a man who will not cheat on her.
You can.
If she's prepared to sacrifice a bunch of other things, perhaps, right? In the olden days, it was different. The world was a different place. It was a completely different place, and it was better. Now it's all fucked up. It's fucked up on every level. And men, especially the high status men, most of them have struggled so hard to become high status. They've been through so much shit to get where they are. It's like telling him, if you climb this mountain, you can go to a candy store. And he climbs to the top of the mountain, and the second he's in the candy store, after one piece of candy, that bitch is saying, no more candy. He's like, no, I just climbed this mountain. I just got rich.
Yeah.
I just went through X, Y, Z. I finally got here. I'm finally in the candy store. Now you're telling me I can only have one piece of candy?
Okay.
What man's going to agree to that?
Do you think that men owe a woman loyalty if she was there from the beginning?
Absolutely. They absolutely owe that woman loyalty.
Oh, sorry,
loyalty, yeah, I'm about to say that. It's two different things.
Sexual loyalty. That's
no.
Sexual exclusivity is different. Sexual exclusivity and loyalty are completely disconnected for males. Nobody wants to talk about this, but it's the unfortunate reality. It's true. I'm telling you, you can get a man, he can go on a holiday, can fuck some stripper, can come home, and you can lie detector test him. Do you love your wife? Would you die for your wife? Would you take a bullet for your wife? He'll pass the lie detector test. He loves her with all his heart. He'd do anything for her. It's just pussy. It's not a big deal. It's different.
I feel like, I guess my question would be then is like, how do you view sex? Because I like sex at the end of the day is spiritual unification. I feel like I've gone through a lot of different stuff. I've had a lot of different experiences where I did not value myself. So I never had a man that valued me. So it's like, yeah, you rack up guys and guys you shouldn't be texting back or whatever. But I feel like I understand that there is a difference with how men view sex and how they move around in the world. But it's like, sex is a sacred thing, no matter male or female is doing it. So that's why for me, like my biggest, like the hardest for me to understand is like, this is such a sacred thing, and it's like taking a piss for a guy.
Can I just say something? You sure you weren't making love to somebody who was having sex?
I'm sorry?
You sure that you weren't making love to somebody that was just having sex?
Hey, auntie, that's
Have I-
in there.
No, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like as women, they make love to men that are just having sex.
Right.
That's the difference.
That's not the point.
But my thing is, okay.
So I think when men hear that though, it's like if it was sacred to you, you would have waited till you were married.
Oh, that's a great point. If it was that sacred, what's your body count look like? That's a great point.
Right. No, I get that. But the reality is like the world is not so black and white. So I understand that there are these things in place that worked and made sense. And now we're approaching an era that like, we don't know what's going to happen, but there's gray area. You've had sex. I've had.
Okay. Women wanted to be like men. So I don't get why y'all complaining. Y'all wanted to be like men. Y'all want to do what men can do. And now it's time to do what men can do, and I ain't complain about what men can do. This makes no sense.
Had sex, she's had sex, we've had sex with different guys. That doesn't mean that we're damaged goods, we're used goods. I understand status is a big part of that. I understand that sex is viewed differently, but I feel like you should not. If you're looking at face value, I can understand why you would be judged from your past. But if I'm a guy interested in you, I don't care about what you've done.
But that's the thing. Like men do though. That's the thing. Like a virgin's more valuable to a man than a girl that's had sex with multiple men. Like it just is what it is.
There's a limit.
But the modern man's solution is not a virgin. A modern man needs a partner, somebody that's actually smart and can survive in the world.
No real man wants a partner. That's some bull S.
But I'm saying the men with the men with the most choice are gonna pick women that are more pure in general.
The ones that are already self-made, I guess so. But that's the thing. The reality is that there's a lot of men out there, especially in the world that we live in today, that need a partner. So it's time for those masses of men to start respecting women for the role they can play in their lives.
I don't think average men expect women to be virgins.
Do you know what it is?
But it's this rhetoric that actually then is pumped into these minds and creates what people are now complaining about, the misogynistic world.
No, do you know
that's what it is. And even in schools, it's like permeated through it all and perpetuated.
Why is it misogynistic for men to prefer women that are more
It's
pure?
not that that's not the problem. The problem is now, listen, the maths is very simple. You've got people like Andrew Tate talking about these things with such clarity, and it makes so much sense because it is true, right? And then you have men that are in these situations where just average, working an average job, and they cannot fulfill whatever definition is called to be a man in these
Yes, they can, and that's what he said. He did say that. Yes, they can. A 9-to-5 man can do it.
But then again, wait. This is the thing. What we're talking about as a man, and this is why I say it's very important for us to understand the person that we're speaking to. And I'm very glad that you clarified everything that you mean. Not every man is like Andrew Tate. Not every man is going to be able to even realistically demand for certain things from a woman. So the same way women need to compromise if it comes to a man who is going to cheat on her because he's a top G, is the same way men are going to have to compromise and stop blabbing about purity when they can't demand for that.
Some men would take whatever they can get. So I don't get what she's saying. Like you guys pick the winners. Women in general pick the winners. Like men don't do the choosings. We do choose who gets married. But you guys pick who gets access to sex. So I don't really get what you're saying.
You didn't get none of what you didn't get none of what
I made my point. That was the whole point.
What point? Well, duh. What? Because you just quoted him. You just said about his thing, and you didn't.
Not only did I get clout, I made my point. I said the average man does not have what it takes to demand for a virgin no more.
He already said that.
And I reiterated in my own words for my own content for my page. And
do you
so
know what it is, right? Is that too many women, they see regular guys and they feel they're settling. You're not settling.
You're not.
But you can't be asking
You're not settling.
You're not settling. But the difference is men know this. Like most average men aren't demanding.
The average men never said they want a virgin.
But the difference wait. The difference is average men know they don't deserve a 10. They know they don't deserve an 8. They know they don't even deserve a 7.
And they still go messaging them on the stories and all this dumb stuff that is just ugly.
Like most men in history haven't even reproduced. And so it's like men know, but the women are the ones that are delusional.
There's regular men out there. There's regular men out there.
Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, you missed every shot you don't take, so I'm not mad at the game.
Not understanding that Tate is part of that 1% of
How
success.
good do you
But
feel, Saji?
and they think that they can demand the same thing.
No, they
can
okay.
demand
But
purity.
one second. Sorry. I understand the point you're all making, but let's understand something. To the sexual marketplace, females have always been, and still to a degree are, the gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
It's men will. You can think about it in a very simplistic way. This is not the case, but let's simplify.
You set the rules, we'll play the game.
Imagine men will run around and fuck anything, and women are the ones who say yes or no. You are the gatekeepers that have all the power.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's actually truly interesting about the sexual marketplace, because whenever women go, there's not enough good men, then why?
You can literally women can have the ability to make as many good men as they want. If every woman says no sex till marriage, if every woman said that no sex until you get baptized or you go to church for like a year, I guarantee you a bunch of men will start lining up in front of churches just so they can have sex again. You guys can show that our biology makes us do what we got to do. It's the animal nature of it all.
Why you fucking? Of course. Why would they be good if you don't make them be good?
Yeah,
You're fucking losers. So
That's a good point.
So women. So you're talking about. I'm saying that a man at a certain level can't do certain things. If you were with Joe Schmo and he wasn't treating you the way you believe Joe Schmo should treat you, then why are you with him?
Leave. Sis, leave.
Like women have the gatekeeping. So if you get Joe Schmo and he treats you like you're his queen and treats you perfect, good. If you get a fucking guy at the absolute upper echelons of value and you still aren't happy with what he's giving you, then leave. Women are the gatekeepers. You women actually have all of the power. This is what's beautiful about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Women are constantly complaining. You have all the power.
You do.
You're the ones who get to choose. Do you know who you should be mad at for all this shit?
Feminists.
I'll tell you who you should be mad at. Do you know who threw away all the female power in the
Feminists.
sexual marketplace? Promiscuous females. Because now you got chicks who will bang anybody without trying. So why should a dude get up and try?
No.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to actually be? Let me make this clear.
Go on, sir.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to actually be, no bullshit, a man? And I say this and women go, oh yeah, dude, that. As soon as most women encounter any kind of problem, the first thing they do is turn to a man. Their man, their dad, the mechanic, the police, a man. If you actually put a woman in front of a problem and go, no men, they're like, oh, whoa, fuck. It's a mental breakdown.
That is true.
Day after day.
That is true. Think about it. Oh, the tires needs to be changed. That is very, very true. Snow needs to be shoveled.
If you're a high-level man, let me make something clear from my life. I'll talk from personal experience. I'm not just looking after me. I'm not just looking after my chick. I'm the guy in about 300 people's phone books that they call when anything big goes wrong. You get arrested in Russia, you need extraction from Ukraine, you need $1 million, whatever it is, Kazakhstan, abduction, they call me. I'm the first phone call. I'm fixing 400 different lives. I'm a problem solver. Chicks can't fix fucking any of this shit, right? This is how hard it is to be a man. And it's amazing because society expects it of you, but so do women. If you had a man,
that is true.
You had a man and you went to your man and said, oh, I've got this problem. I can't fix it.
You can't fix it.
The car tire's broken. And he went, I don't know.
That is true.
Right? You're like, well, fuck it. What the fucking point are you? That's the truth.
Yeah, that is true. You be like, yo, you have no utility. Like you are good for nothing.
Here and go, oh, we'd call a mechanic. No, you wouldn't. You'd look at your man and go, what do you mean you can't fix it?
I'll do it
and
myself.
This is what
Waste man.
And this is what she's
waste
saying about
man.
your man will get up and go. And you know what's beautiful about masculinity? A bunch of times a man will go up and he doesn't have a clue how to fix it himself.
Oh,
He'll
yes.
go, don't worry, baby, okay. And he'll stand up with no money and no clue. And he'll go out there and fucking try and find a way because as a man, you need to be useful. It is so difficult to be a man. You have no idea the amount of pressure that we're under from society and from the women we even want to associate with. On a whole, it's difficult. So you have to keep all these things in mind. It's hard.
But can I ask you a question? You see what you just said?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. It's been 25 minutes, so I don't want to make it too long. Yeah, this was actually a good episode by shout out to Pearly Things and then Andrew Tate and Brittany Renner. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, this was actually a good episode. I'm probably gonna finish watching it after this. I'm not gonna record no more. Yeah, but guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Till next time, deuces.